Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Connect Spyder video. So Leslie and I are getting ready to go away for a few days on the Spyder, and on this video we thought we would show you all the stuff we have to do to get ready to go away for one of these trips. And since this trip is going to include filming, I'm also going to go through all the camera gear that we lug along with us. So, are we ready to do this?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So the Spyder and the trailer are sitting out in the garage, so we're going to head on out there and show you all the steps that we go through to get these trips on the go. So thanks very much for coming along with us today on this video, and I hope you enjoy it.
This is how we do it.
So we are out in the garage, and I've got the Spyder here, I have got the trailer here, and the first thing they both got this morning was a bath. Then I bring them back into the garage, and this is where it sits the day before, and we just gradually pack things up, getting ready for our trip. Check all the tire pressures. Front tires are 20 psi. Rear tire is set at 28 psi, and the trailer tires are at 35 psi. I'm also trying to have a look down there behind at the belt to make sure it's sitting on that pulley properly. It's not off alignment, and it's sort of inspecting it as much as I can with all the body panels on to see if there's any damage from stones, etc. On the belt. So now we're going to show you the hooking up of the Lugg and Roll trailer to the Spyder. So come down here, it just goes on just like a regular trailer, like any other trailer would, boat trailer, snowmobile trailer, locks down in position. This trailer has safety wires as opposed to chains. And the reason for that, it was recommended by the manufacturer, Podium. It just makes less noise. They found that it was noisy, so they gave you the option of having these wires. So same as standard protocol, you cross them and snap them on. This is the electrical connection for the trailer. And if you notice up in here, BRP standard connector is a 4-pin square, so this adapter wire right here converts that to a 4-pin flat, because this trailer is also used in small cars as well, so not just motorcycles. So that just gets hooked up in there like so, and that's the hookup of the Podium trailer to the Spyder. Well, this is a light check. So we're going to check to make sure all the lights are properly operating both on the bike and on the trailer. So we start off with ignition on, and that brings on all the running lights of the bike, including the little lighting tinsel down here. The headlights don't come on until the bike's in gear and we're moving. So you can see we've got our 2 lights on the fenders. And now I'm going to put the indicators on. So we got flashing on that side, and then we want to check to make sure we've got flashing on the back of the bike here, which we do, and also the flasher on the trailer is also operating properly. And then we'll just do the same thing on the other side. So we can see our flasher operating there just fine. Flasher on the back of the bike, and the corresponding flasher on the back of the trailer. The trailer also has pretty good running lights on the side and on the tongue. So we're going to cancel that. And if you can just stay back there, Les, I'm just going to hit the brake pedal. And we have brakes lights on the back of the bike and on the back of the trailer. So all the lights are working fine and we're ready for the trip.
Next, we're going to talk about the storage on the bike. We're going to start at the front. Now, down here, we've just got our rain gear. Now, normally we just keep it here. If we're out for the day and we have to get from A to B and there might be some rain in the forecast, what we would do is just unwrap it and we would just lay it out on top of the Lugg and Roll so we can get to it quick and easy. Now, next we're going to start talking about what we use these side compartments for. So you can see what I keep in here. I keep my gloves, I keep a hat, my scarf so my neck doesn't get burnt, wallet, my side, Fraser's side. And last but not least, we use this back compartment for our helmets if we stop for a break or when we're going to go for a hike. 2 of them fit in here, no problem. And you can see everything has locks on it, so we can lock it up and feel secure about leaving the bike.
So what I've got laying here on the driver's seat of the bike is tools. And I'm going to be pretty honest with you, I carry these. I had the same toolkit on the last bike. This is the one that just comes with the bike from BRP. I have never had any occasion to use this, and nor do I plan to. We have roadside assistance on the bike and we intend to keep it that way for the length of time that we have on the bike. So these come along with us just in case there's something that I would have to do. But to be perfectly honest with you, doing roadside repairs on these bikes is not something I'm really up for. There's just too many body panels to deal with, and I wouldn't want to get into that on the side of the road. So if the bike ever broke down, I would be calling roadside assistance. I do have one of these pocket tire plugging kits, and I suppose in a pinch I could use it. Probably if I had a flat on the front tires, I might try it, but again, if the back tire in this bike got a leak and it went flat, I would be calling roadside assistance. And I also carry a little pump just in case. So that's about all I carry tool-wise. I'm not, as I mentioned before, really enthused about trying to do repairs on this machine on the side of the road. These are our helmets. We use Cardo Freecom 2 communicators with our helmets, and we have done right since the beginning. These units are very, very good. They are a great little piece of technology. They just work. So we have to make sure these are charged up before we go for a ride or a trip, and usually I charge these up at the end of each ride or each day. But if we haven't used them in a while, I will top them up like the night before, just to make sure they're fully charged for the first day. But these communicators will last us for an entire day out riding, and we've been out for 8 to 10 hours with these things on, and they last. So the other thing I do with the helmets is I just make sure the visors are nice and clean, which these are not right now. So I do that usually right before we start riding, make sure the visors are nice and clean and everything's okay, microphones, etc., everything is in good shape for the day of riding. As we mentioned in the introduction, this trip that we're going to be heading out on is a filming trip, so we're going to be taking video of the trip while we're gone. So this is all the stuff that we take with us when we go on a trip like that. So I've got it kind of organized from left to right, and I'm going to go through each piece to tell you what it does and what it is. So over here is what I would consider to be all the mounts I carry with me. This is a Joby tripod / selfie stick that we use if we need to actually put a camera up and on a tripod. It can also be used as a smaller selfie stick. It is extendable. This is a kind of a recent acquisition. I haven't actually used it yet. This is a GoPro suction mount that I intend to mount cameras on various areas of the bike to get some different views. Also a recent acquisition is this is the GoPro El Grande. This thing extends out to 38 inches. We felt we needed a longer selfie stick because we were using this one, but we were just too close. So that's the mounts and handles that we use right there. This section here, I'm going to call it things that we film and take pictures with. This is a Canon SX740 camera that Leslie uses for all the stills that we include in our videos. GoPro Hero 8 Black, that is primarily used with the selfie sticks for filming us. We have the Rode Wireless Go 2. That is the receiver, and that is one of the microphones. I'm wearing the other microphone right now. This is a GoPro screen that goes along with the GoPro Hero 8 Black, and it allows me to have like a front screen, basically, that I can see how the shot is framed. This is our DJI Mini 2 drone. This is all a big part of our videos. We always try and get some drone footage in there. This little guy is quite the workhorse. For those of you that follow the channel, in our most recent video where we were up at Lion's Head, I flew this off the cliff at Lion's Head in a fairly heavy wind, and it performed admirably. And that is the 3 batteries for the DJI Mini 2 back there. So I have 3 batteries always with me at all times. This is a GoPro Hero 9 Black, and I use that as my helmet cam. Nothing much more to say there. It does all the filming that I take off the top of my helmet while we're riding. This is the remote that controls that camera. And this has been a fairly recent acquisition this year. This is just called the Remote by GoPro. Works great, very dependable. This thing has unbelievable battery life. I can use this thing for pretty much numerous days in a row without having to recharge it. So on the subject of recharging, this is what I carry with us when we're going away for recharging. The one at the back there is the recharger for the Hero 8 batteries. The one at the front with the battery in it at the front there is the GoPro Hero 9 Black battery. Those 2 white chargers are high capacity chargers that I got from DJI with the drone, and they will charge things up at a much faster pace. You can see the wires at the back. I always carry 2 USB-C charging cables, and these guys at the front are the charging cables for our helmets. They are micro USB charging cables, and they charge the communicators on the side of our helmets. So all this stuff gets packed up and finds its way into that knapsack. Everything that you see on this table ends up in that knapsack, and that knapsack goes in the trailer, and off it goes with us. Okay, so we're now ready to pack the trailer. So what you see here is a big packing blanket that we have inside the trailer, just to protect the inside of the trailer from the pieces that are in there, and vice versa. So over here is all the stuff that's going to go in that trailer. 2 suitcases, 2 pillows, because hotel pillows suck. 2 coolers. One has just drinks, water, etc. in it, and the other one has snacks for on the road. I've got a couple of towels that I use for padding around all the items in the trailer, and then all of our footwear that we're going to take. This little gray pad here is something that we use when we're out on the road and we want to change shoes in a kind of a dirty parking lot so we don't have to stand in the gravel. That yellow item right there is the trailer lock ball. Put that on at night or if we're leaving the trailer on its own, we'll lock it up with that. Half cover for the bike, that goes on at night to cover up the bike to protect it from rain and dew and stuff like that. And then that knapsack is the camera bag, which I showed you earlier. So we're gonna go ahead now and pack this up, and we'll show you what it looks like when we're done. Okay, so it's all packed. So the suitcases went underneath here, packing blanket folded over top of them, the 2 pillows there, and our little doormat thing there. Coolers and the towels are in here to stop the coolers from moving front to back. We've got shoes stuffed in between, plus the cover to stop things from moving around, and the camera bag is at the back there. So that is it for the packing of the Lugg and Roll trailer. All that's left to do now is close it. Fortunately, we're not leaving on that trip today. As you can see, we're getting a little bit of rain right now, but weather is supposed to improve tomorrow when we head out. So no worries there. So that's how we get ready for one of our Spyder trips. Checking over of the bike, the few tools that I carry and hope never to have to use, all the things that go into the trailer for packing, the checking of the trailer and the bike for lighting, etc., etc., and we're ready to go. The stuff that we take in the trailer hasn't really changed very much since we started doing these trips. The configuration we have played around with to make sure things are in there kind of in the right sequence for when we need them. The only thing that we really changed over time is we used to carry a couple folding lawn chairs, which we deleted because we weren't using them very much, and we found we were just taking them out to get other things out of the trailer and putting them back in. So we kind of deleted that out of the picture. I also showed you, because this is a filming trip, I showed you all the camera gear. I hope that wasn't too long, but that was one thing I just wanted to get out there, that we do carry a fair bit of camera gear with us to put these videos together. So that's how we do it, as Leslie said in the intro. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you found it informative, and I'll see you in the next one.